Welcome guys, this is Mechabellum, which is an auto battler with mechs, and it is incredibly deep, really in depth, so much strategy involved, and it really does come down to who chooses the right decisions. So there's a tiny bit of luck involved, but mainly it's purely skill based. Now, I was going to do some live plays, but I just had a battle against the highest ranked player that I've ever played, and it was nuts. So I'm going to record the replay. Now before I do that, I just want to have a look at the leaderboard. Interesting. Did he lose a load of points? He was 3,900 power. His name's Schnetzel. You can't change your name, can you? Where's he gone? Have I missed him? Or is it not updated? I don't know, that's really strange. Well, he had 3,900 power, I remember that. Surely you don't lose, like... No, you can't lose all of this power just from losing a single battle. God knows where he is. He's not even on here. You must be able to change your name. Oh, I'm on the 501 leaderboard. 501 is basically the server. Now, I'm guessing he's German with a name like Schnetzel. Oh, you can only switch divisions once per day. Okay, well, we're not going to do that. He had 3,900 power anyway, which in our leaderboard would have put him ranked 5th in the whole game. So, without further ado, let's jump into the battle. So at the start of the battle, you choose one of 4 options. They come with a special trait and then 2 troops. So I don't know how many you can get at the beginning. I think it's 6 or maybe 8, and you get 2 random ones out of the 8. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on ×2 on the part where we're moving things around, and then I'll put it on ×1 during the battle. So this is from my perspective. This is him. So I'll just pause it a second. So he's got 2 snipers, a 3rd sniper. So he's got 3 snipers and 2 sledgehammers, which are heavy tanks. We've got 2 artillery pieces, rocket launchers, and 5 crawlers, which are just little robots with a little drill on the front. You can go into player perspective. I think I've broke it. Yeah, apparently I can't do anything. Let's see if I can... No. Clearly it doesn't like you going into player perspective. Ah, there we go. Maybe I can exit it now. There we go, it's because I had the replay paused. Okay. Looks like I've got a crawler on the right, crawler on the left, crawler in the rear, and 2 behind the towers. So if you've never played before, the objective of the game is to kill all of the enemy each round and protect your 2 towers. If you lose one of the towers, then your troops move incredibly slow and hardly do any damage, probably like 5% damage and 5% speed. Okay, looks like the battle is about to begin. So he subsidised his army with 2 crawlers. I just stuck with what I had at the beginning and added a couple of more crawlers to what I already had. So the main thing that the crawlers are good for is snipers can only kill one of them at a time, and obviously there's a lot of crawlers in a squad, so they're good for tying up snipers. He used the crawlers because they're good at evading rocket launchers, so they don't really do much in terms of damage. They do at the beginning of the game, but later on they don't. So they're an early game damage dealer, but primarily late game you use them to distract snipers and rocket launchers. So we took the first round, mainly because I distracted the snipers for long enough for my rocket launchers to do the job. So I've chose subsidised Mustang, and I have to admit, I didn't use that many Mustangs. But sometimes you just have to play with what you're shown, and Mustangs weren't a good counter to what he brought. So I've put the 2 Mustangs that I recruited in the back to protect the flanks. You can basically drop it down the flanks, but it takes a little bit of time. You can see here that's what he's doing. So he won't spawn immediately, it takes a few seconds, maybe 10 or 20 seconds. You can get a skill that reduces it. He's gone for field recovery, so it looks like he got rid of one of his sledgehammers so he could buy multiple rhinos. Rhinos are melee damage dealers, and they're incredibly fast. So he's trying to rush down my towers basically. So I was prepared for a sneaky counter, but he decided to go for it anyway, even though he could see that I was prepared. Because you can see what the enemy deployed on the previous turn. So he knew that I had crawlers here and here. Maybe he didn't think they were close enough to attack. So we managed to win the second round. Interesting, he's gone reduced recruitment for Stormcallers. I don't remember him using many Stormcallers. I think he might have done similar to me. I'm deciding what to bring. You can basically look at the battle map while you're choosing, so you can more better decide what you want to take. I finally decided that it wasn't worth taking any of them, so I skipped for the extra cash, and I'm bringing in the steel balls, which are anti-large units. It says anti-unit, but it means anti-large. So basically these are the counter to rhinos and other large units. Now, I got a free rhino on this turn, and I did not notice. So I didn't move it, it just stayed where it landed. I completely did not notice it. So I've put some steel balls after this rhino, some steel balls after this one, and I'm dropping some rockets down. Not to do damage, but because they stun or temporarily slow down the enemy rhinos. So as you can see, them steel balls murdered the rhinos, but because I didn't have any steel balls on this side, this rhino's surviving a heck of a long time. Luckily, rocket launchers are brilliant against rhinos if the rhinos are standing still. So you have to engage them in melee so the rocket launchers can do the job. Now, at the moment, I'm thinking, is this guy memeing me? Because I haven't lost a single round and he's almost dead. This is the health bar at the top. The way it works is each unit you have alive, if it costs, say 200, when it's alive at the end, when you win, you deal 200 damage to their health bar. If a squad has got multiple units and you lose some of them, it takes away the amount of damage that you deal. So if this costs 200 but you lose 2 of them, you only do 100 damage. So it's each individual unit. Okay, so he's going all in on the rhino push. I'm setting up rockets all around to stun the rhinos. Looks like I didn't bother over here. And I'm bringing in more steel balls and some crawlers to tie up the enemy. Now, I decided to bring the steel balls further away and leave the crawlers closer to him, because if he dropped a rocket like I did, it'd kill both the steel balls and the crawlers in one hit. Where if he drops a rocket now, it'd only kill the crawlers and the steel balls would survive. Okay, so this thing here is a movement path. He's trying to move straight towards our command center, our command tower. But if you engage them in melee, then obviously they don't move, they stop to melee. Now, unfortunately, my troops over here were not good enough to deal with this level 2 rhino. So he's managed to knock out one of my towers, which has slowed down and reduced the damage of all my troops. But I also knocked out one of his towers and did the same at the same time. So at this point I'm thinking, well, I've won the game now. He hasn't got much health left. This will probably finish the game off. And then that's it. End of video. Or end of battle, I should say. I wasn't recording at the time. But I did not do enough damage to him, and from this point onwards it gets very tense. I knocked him down to 270 health without him touching my health at all. So now I'm thinking, well, I can't lose this, surely. I only need to win one round, even if it's only like a tiny bit of damage. But Orbital Javelin is a game changer. Now, I didn't want to go for it because I've already got all the counters in place, so it's not necessary for me to go for it. But it could really mess up my plans if he uses it, which he did take. Now, foolishly, you'll see in a minute, I put these steel balls too close to the rhino. And the orbital javelin that's going to come in is going to kill both of these. If it didn't, if I'd have put these steel balls further away, moved these crawlers up to the front and the steel balls closer, then it wouldn't have killed the steel balls because they would have moved towards the rhino. But that's a perfect placement. He doesn't know that I've got these steel balls here because you can only see what the other player's done after they've ended the turn. So that was just pure bad luck for me, putting them right in the place of the orbital strike. If it wasn't for this, I probably would have finished this battle off right now. So if you saw that there, this rhino has now had an upgrade which is called Whirlwind, which basically annihilates everybody in melee. So you saw that they killed all of the steel balls in one hit. If they didn't have Whirlwind, he would have had to hit 4 times to kill each one individually. So it's a really good... I don't know why he doesn't use it all the time though. Because he used it and then he did 2 normal punches, so there must be a delay on it. It doesn't say that there's a delay. Maybe the tooltip is a bit weird, dealing 1.5 of damage of the rhino's attack over a long time. It doesn't make sense, that doesn't, to me. I don't think they've put the tooltip in properly. So I noticed that things went terribly over here, even though I wasn't actually watching that area. I was looking at the orbital strike. And so if I remember rightly, I put something in front to prevent it from happening again. Now he is using his own rockets here to try and kill my troops, which is why I did put a space in between, which I'm glad that I did. So I've gone for 3 Phoenixes, which are long-range sniper, basically. They're flying snipers. Because he's got 2 overlords. You didn't actually see this in the previous round, but he had 2 overlords in the previous round, which murdered everything over here. I was too busy focusing over here because I didn't see it during the battle what happened. And it was because he upgraded to Whirlwind. Looks like I forgot to put something in front. I must do that on the next turn. So unfortunately, I didn't manage to finish off these overlords with my flying snipers before he had a chance to take out the tower. It might have been because this rhino killed this tower. I don't know which one killed the tower first, the overlord on this one or the rhino on this one. But at this point I'm thinking, oh dear, I think I've lost. Because it just looks impossible to overcome this. He's got loads of levels on his rhinos. Basically, for every bit of damage you do, you level up. Now, once you reach the next level, you have to actually spend supply to increase to the next level. It doesn't increase automatically, so it does cost supply, but each time you level up, it adds the base value of your damage and health again. So it doubles it on level 2, and then it adds the base value again on level 3. So it doesn't double from 2 to 3. So it's triple of what 1 is. Hopefully I made that make sense. Now I've managed to remember to put crawlers in front over here. And I've got an ability which lets me deploy 3 units per turn. So I've got 2 more phoenixes over here to help deal with the flyers. And just to make sure, I'm putting rockets down. Putting rockets everywhere to deal with these flyers, because I'm thinking if I don't kill these flyers, this tower is done for. I even put one on here. I don't know why I did that, because it's not really close enough to hit the overlords from there. It was probably just in case he managed to break through here. Well, that did virtually no damage at all there. Wonder why that did so little damage. But this rhino has broke through again. And this rhino survived as well. Unfortunately, you can't rewind in this replay system. It's a terrible replay system. You can't skip forward or rewind, you just have to watch the battle. You can either watch it at normal speed or ×2 speed. But somehow, I don't know how, but somehow we managed to win that. It was the Phoenixes that did the job. The Phoenixes managed to take out the flyers and then deal with the rhinos. So if I hadn't have put them Phoenixes down, it would have been game over. But yeah, crazy battle. Crazy battle. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, I'm going to call it an end to this episode, and then I don't know whether I'm going to record matches that I play, because some of them are a bit boring. If you get the strategy wrong, and then you just have to play the entire battle with the wrong strategy, basically. But if I record replays like this, I can actually pick and choose the decent battles. So let me know if you want to watch replays of decent battles, or if you just want to watch random live playing. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Take care, and I shall see you soon.